Hello and welcome to something a little bit different. Instead of your normally expected WJTS Inform program, we will be instead airing the achievements of the newly inducted Active Laureate, State Senator Mike Braun from the Junior Achievement Dubois County Business Hall of Fame. Please enjoy.
We met in first grade. We were in the same room, and you know how the desks are at that time, they're all connected. Alphabetically, he was in front of me, so he would conveniently drop his ruler and kind of pick it up and accidentally kind of hit my foot, on the way up. And then he would, continue as if nothing happened. I thought he was a pest. Then in high school, we started to date the second semester, or right at the end. He played basketball. I was a cheerleader. And so we met after one of the games and just kind of started and connected and really found a lot in common.
The business started in Hayesville, Indiana, with a small staff, and I remember as a kid going there and visiting, and there was a small little trailer that was next to it with a couple employees in there, and that's where we would come out and hang out with Dad and be assigned various odd jobs around, whether it's picking up nails with a magnet in the parking lot so the forklift tires don't pop, or going to crack ice out of bed liners.
After working at Aristocraft 3 years, I finally got what I knew I wanted to do, is get a crack at maybe having my own business someday. And of course that was when, against my dad's advice, I ended up leaving Aristocraft and going out to Meyer Body Company. He and Jerry Hobbick had a half interest in that. When I got there, I was so surprised in that I found out my office was going to be in a used mobile home, number one. It was so hard scrabble. In those early days, you just basically relied mostly on your gut instinct, your kind of judgment, and the general stuff.
So when he goes on his own, it was a scary time really for us as this evolved, because I had a business and we were trying to, figure out, what we're going to do. And, now you look at us and you look at him, it's the American dream. I mean, he made it, but it sure didn't start out that way.
Well, I think the thing that has always separated Dad from so many others is just the ability to be comfortable taking risk. And I think for my dad, he was always able to see the opportunity that was there and seize it when the moment was right. When you match that up with a sincere interest in your customers, in your vendors, and your employees, that's a pretty winning, successful combination.
Few things, I think, if you want to go into business, it's a competitive world. Rather than kind of think that you're not going to have competition, I embraced it. I got to where that was part of the challenge. You do it in a joyful way, and then the other thing I definitely kind of wove into a business philosophy after I was getting past the basics, just surviving, was you've definitely got to take risk. Anyone that thinks that you are going to be successful and it just kind of comes your way, I think that wears people out where they get out of business early. And I think if you don't do things that are a little different, which means taking risks, try to mitigate it, you'll be in that kind of wide band of mediocrity, and you'll probably regret it in the long run.
He has a vision that can look at something now and see things 5, 10, 20 years ahead that I don't think most people have. He's intelligent, but he has street smarts too, and I don't think that combination always goes together. He also, just has the ability to kind of think ahead, and when he looks at vision for the business, it's something that he is just able to look at everything in all economics and just, how frugal, how conservative, but yet how he's thinking outside the box all the time. So his vision is so important in the business aspect.
Favorite or funny story that comes to mind that I feel like I learned a bunch of business lessons all in one was when I was 16, I needed a new vehicle. I had a firewood business at the time. I needed a new truck, and my dad comes home and says, "Well, I got you a new vehicle." And I thought, well, great, he's paying for a new vehicle. I'll take whatever I can get. And then he says, well, it's a Blazer. And I said, well, that's not a truck. But okay, so it's a Blazer. It's still new. I'm fine with that. And then come to find out it's a 1986 Blazer. So it's not new. It's new to me, which was how we described some new things in our family. It was new to me. And then to top it off at the very end, he said, bring your checkbook. It'll be $3,500.
But I think, you know, too, he's got priorities. It's faith, family, community. And those are the things that he really has emphasized with our kids. And a lot of what he taught our kids was in the woods and the fishing and the hunting and the mushrooms and beagles and purple martins and Indiana native plants, all the things he loves. So those are priceless things that our kids will carry with them forever.
In terms of what I'd advise JA students is, in your time that you've got it available, get involved. Somebody asks you to do something, unless there's a good reason not to, do it. Student government, JA activities, whatever you choose to do.
When we moved to Jasper and got into 25,000 square feet, we thought, that's it, we made it. This is unbelievable. This is as good as it can get. And then sure enough, that 25,000 turned into 50,000, 50,000 into 100,000, 100,000 into a second location. And lo and behold, after 20 years of being at it since I've been here, we now have almost 90 locations. We operate in almost every state in the country. We do ship to every state in the country. We also operate in Canada with 5 locations. And we have over 1,500 employees now. So it's unbelievable, the foundation that my dad set for us as family members to be able to continue it on, and for the rest of our employees who helped build all of this as well. We could not have had a better starting platform than what he gave us, and we're so appreciative and thankful for that. I'd like to congratulate my dad on the success he's had over the years, and this award today. It's well deserved.
Thanks again to Brescher Filming and Photography for providing such an excellent video biography for all the Junior Achievement Laureates. And please remember to visit the Dubois County Museum to learn more about the program and all the laureates involved, past and present.